Welcome to Lakewood, open for business. Today we're in Rooney Valley, and behind me, the beautiful Hogback. I bet you didn't know we were still in Lakewood, did you? We're at Thunder Valley Motocross, one of the finest motocross parks in the entire country. And it's located right here in Lakewood. They're so famous, as a matter of fact, that later this fall they'll be hosting an event that'll bring close to 30,000 people to the city of Lakewood. Let's go inside and check it out.
Hi.
I'm Mike.
I'm David Claybaugh.
David, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm the one that called about learning to ride.
Oh, great. Good. Glad to have you out here.
This is gorgeous out here. I've been by here numerous times, but I had no idea this was in Lakewood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in the city of Lakewood. Some people think we're in Golden or Morrison or whatever, but we're actually in the city of Lakewood.
And how long has the track been around?
At this location, probably since '86.
So how long have you been here with Thunder Valley?
About 11 years. I raced motocross my whole life.
Did you?
And just kind of thought, well, you know, I want to stay involved in the sport. Getting too old to race, you know, competitively like I used to. So this opportunity came up and I took it.
Is this track open to the community where they can come and practice?
Yes, it's open to the public. We're open kind of depending on the weather, but most of the time Wednesday through Sunday, 9 to dark. All right, would you like to take a look around the facility?
Sure. That'd
Okay,
be great. Wow, these are pretty nice.
Yeah, we have two different styles of bikes here. We have a full-on race motocross bike and a more user-friendly beginner style bike. Both of these can be ridden out here at the track.
No training wheels?
No training wheels. So we have some little kids out here, you know, 4 or 5 years old, that'll have little 50s that have training wheels on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you got all different sizes.
So David, what is the difference between a motorcycle and a motocross bike?
It kind of depends on which type of motorcycle you're talking about. This is, like I said, a full-on race motocross bike. And Mike, these bikes also have disc brakes, which help in stopping faster when they're going into corners. Like there's a disc like this on the front, obviously, and then there's one on the rear, where you can compare it to a non-race bike, which has what's called a drum brake. Brakes are actually inside this drum here, and you know, they're adequate, but they're not full-on race stuff.
This will stop though, right?
This will stop, no
Okay.
problem. It's still for off-road riding, but it's not a race bike. The engine's more tuned down, so it's rider-friendly, where this bike here is got more horsepower than you know what to do with.
I noticed like the big shock absorbers up front.
The professionals who will be racing out here in a couple of weeks, they'll be jumping probably 30, 40 feet in the air, so when they come down, they need some suspension to absorb the impact.
What exactly is motocross and how long has it been around? And how's it different like from other races on tracks?
Motocross has been around for a long time. I don't know exactly, probably 80, 90 years. It started in Europe, but now all the top riders in the world actually race on the AMA circuit here. Motocross is actually built on what's called a natural terrain course. Basically, you take a track like this, which has a lot of natural ups and downs and terrain changes, which makes it one of the best tracks in the United States. Of course, we add some jumps because, you know, motocross is what they call the original extreme sport. And so you got to have the big jumps, and so the fans love it when they come out to a big race to see the guys flying through the air and things like that.
And what does a bike like this weigh?
This bike here weighs probably 225 pounds with probably 60 horsepower. And then, Mike, we also have the all-important safety pad here because inevitably you're going to fall down. Sometimes, you know, going over the big jumps, you'll actually go over the handlebars. So on your way over, you want this nice, soft cushion to take some of the impact.
Man, I wish I had that when I was 7 years old.
Right, right, exactly, yeah.
It must be difficult to keep a world-class track like this up to specs. What type of maintenance do you have to perform?
The guys like the tracks in pretty perfect condition, so, you know, basically daily we what we call groom the track. You know, we kind of turn into farmers. We have a big John Deere tractor with a chisel, and we go through chisel it, and then we have a gigantic rototiller like you'd use in your garden. It goes behind the big tractor and it rototills the ground up, and so it makes it like almost like a garden. The guys go out and ride on it and love it, you know.
So how many employees do you have to keep something like this running?
Depending on the time of year, you know, winter we drop down to just, you know, 2 or 3 people, but during the summer months, I'm between the office and guys that I use that run the equipment and work on the track, probably 6 or 7 people.
So do you ever have any of your family members working here?
My daughter works in the office. She goes to CSU and she works there during the summer and on weekends. And then also my wife works here, you know, a couple days a week. But she's also very involved with helping promote the races. Today, in fact, I'm gonna have my 10-year-old or 11-year-old boy out here picking up trash, so getting the place cleaned up for the race.
It's a true family business.
It really is.
So David, what do we have to do to get ready to ride?
Well, you need a lot of safety equipment, which we have some of the stuff over here that you'll need to have in order to ride.
Wow.
Obviously, you have the helmet. Everybody needs to have a helmet to ride out here.
Sure.
So that's a basic motocross helmet. Got your gloves.
Are the ears supposed to be folded down?
No.
Oh, okay. We probably need a bigger helmet.
Okay, let me go see if I can get a bigger helmet.
I can't get it off.
Get it off.
Ah!
Why don't you give this one a try?
Okay.
That one seemed a little small for you.
Wow. Oh, this one's actually a little bit better. I don't know if I'm suiting up for a football game or a jousting match.
Okay, throw a leg over it and we'll get you started here. Start it by pulling out that Kickstarter there.
Like this?
Yep, exactly. Just have a, there you go. We'll go ahead and put in the Kickstarter there so you don't catch yourself on that.
Okay.
This over here is the
clutch.
shift. This on this side is the shift lever.
Uh-huh.
This is the clutch. So in order for you to, you got to pull the clutch in, push it down, you'll be in first gear. Remember this, that pedal over there is the brake.
Okay.
So whenever you want to stop, you can use that.
Okay.
There you go, there you go.
This is fun. I can't imagine going over jumps on this thing. That would be too scary.
He's doing great, you know, for his first time on a dirt bike, he's really doing good. Just kind of, you know, it takes a while to get used to it, but I mean, he took off right away and he's doing good. And there's a lot of things to be thinking about because your right hand has the throttle plus the front brake, your left hand has the clutch, your right foot has the rear brake, and your left foot has the shifter. So there's a lot of coordination things going on there that you gotta remember. So right now I just kind of have him working on the throttle, clutch, and of course the brake. He made it. That's all that matters.
Oh, it felt great. There were a couple times it scared the heck out of me though, especially in that mud. I'm just not used to the terrain. That's the difference, is the fact that you're not on a flat surface. The terrain's constantly changing on you. It takes a little bit of practice, plus I'm just getting used to the bike. But man, talk about a rush. Whew. David was great. He showed me everything I needed to know. You know, he really put an emphasis on safety, which is, you know, the top priority. But I can see, you know, kids learning this at a real young age and, you know, sticking with it. And boy, in this padded gear, I feel pretty protected. Of course, I wasn't willing to go over the handlebars like you guys wanted. David, that was great. How do you get better doing something like this?
You know, it's just a matter of doing it. You know, it's just like anything. The more time you have on the bike, the better you'll get.
Who are your primary customers? Are there people just from the Denver metro area, the Jefferson County area, or do you get them from like all over the place?
I mean, we have a lot of customers that are from Jefferson County, Lakewood, but also, I mean, everybody from all over the state. I mean, we have people come up from Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, and obviously being close in Lakewood, a lot of our riders are from Lakewood.
I know you have a huge event coming up this fall. Tell me about it.
I was fortunate enough to get the, it's what's called the Motocross of Nations. It's only been in the United States 2 times in the last 65 years. It's the Olympics of motocross. Every country that races motocross, which is roughly 40 countries, send their top 3 riders to this race at the end of every season. And it's an international event. It is the biggest motocross race in the world. There is no race bigger than that.
Wow, how did you get that to happen?
I've been doing the national for probably 5 years, And the group out of Italy who is in charge of the Motocross of Nations, I guess, has kind of been just watching what I've done. Probably 30,000 people a day over the Saturday and Sunday period, so it's going to be a very cool event. The official name is the FIM Red Bull Motocross of Nations, and it's on September 25th and 26th.
And can people in Lakewood come to this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
How do you get tickets?
Just go to my website, which is mxthundervalley.com, and there's a link there, and you can just purchase your tickets right there.
You know, if your customers are looking for a place to get complete information as to, where to stay, where to eat, where to go, the City of Lakewood's Economic Development Department has a thing on the website where they can link and get all this information at www.lakewood.org. So David, what would an average Lakewood citizen that maybe isn't familiar with motocross see when they come out here for this event?
Well, the place will look completely different because, it'll be, there'll be banners, flyers, there'll be, this area that we're staying now is actually the pro paddock where all the team semis will be. We erect bleachers on the side of the hill up there. There'll just be vendors and food stations and all sorts of stuff. It's a whole festival atmosphere.
You started out in this sport as a peewee.
Yes.
You became a professional.
Right.
You came to become an owner of a track like this, and then to be able to, for the third time in U.S. history, be able to host an event like this on U.S. soil. You've got to be quite proud of this whole endeavor, don't you?
Yeah, you know what, I'm lucky. I took something that I started when I was 10 years old and brought it to this level, and but I've had a lot of help.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, I'm Sherry Claybaugh.
Sherry, good to meet you. So you're David's better half, huh?
I am.
Are you the one that kind of keeps him in line and makes sure that everything runs the way it's supposed to run?
Yeah, I try to be.
Now, do you ride personally?
I do not ride.
How about your kids?
All of my kids do ride. They ride for fun, and they come out here usually when we're closed. And the littlest one just learned to ride with David running alongside her, trying to get her going. The other two have been riding, and they don't race, but they do ride for fun, and they really like it.
So that's a real different take on a father teaching his kid how to ride a bike.
They have to learn to ride the bike first. And once they can ride the bike without the training wheels, then David will run alongside them and go all the way down there and teach them how to ride.
Do you see a lot of female riders in the motocross sport?
I do. I know a lot of riders. It's pretty competitive. We have girls that even work our races that actually race, and it's become even more competitive. And I think a lot of them, some of the guys don't even like racing those women riders because they can beat them sometimes.
What age is a good age to get a kid on a bike?
A lot of kids start when they're about 4 years old.
Wow.
My kids were actually about 6 when they started riding their motorcycles, but a lot of them are 4 years old. Usually they have their dads teaching them, running alongside the bike, teaching them that way. Or there are a lot of people that come to our track and are actually teaching the kids how to ride the bikes, and they sign up for the classes, and they have these riding classes, and they're able to teach the kids how to ride and be safe on the bike, and and also have fun.
So what's it like working in the family business and being able to bring your kids here every day?
My son will be out here today picking up trash, and even the littlest one, she's 6, and she loves it out here. She's all on the tractors, on the equipment with her dad and helping, and it's a good thing for a family. So we're always here and able to be together. And
it's definitely a unique job, one that I love. I love motocross, and I'm very fortunate to be able to have a job that ties in with something that I love to do. I've had your traditional office jobs, and this is anything but traditional. The hogback's right here. The setting couldn't be any more beautiful than this, so who wouldn't want to do something like this?
What a spectacular place and day to be riding. To be right here under the hogback, to have a beautiful breeze, even though it's a bright sunny day. I can understand why all these Europeans want to come over here to have the event here in Lakewood. 30,000 people in one weekend. Talk about having a great economic impact. That's like, what, a fourth or a fifth of our population just coming in for a brief 2-day period. And spending all that money here in our stores and our shops and our restaurants and our hotels. It's great to have events like that to not only have that immediate financial impact, but really to showcase and show off our city. We've got so many things here to be proud of, and so many different venues that can host a contingent like this that have come from all over the world to be here in one place for one thing. And I'm just proud that Lakewood was able to be a part of this and be able to host this event. Well, now that I'm sufficiently hot, tired, and muddy, I think I'll go over to Belmar and explore the more feminine side of Lakewood and enjoy some great iced tea and sandwiches. See you over there. Who would have thought that a local shop like this, you know, basically a mom and pop, could take a product like tea that's been around forever and be able to come up with something so creative, so different, so unique, to really be able to make a dent and stand out in people's minds and in the community. I mean, it's wonderful. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, I'm Mike.
Wonderful, I'm Tony. Nice
Tony,
to meet
good
you.
to meet you.
Yeah, welcome to Wystone.
Oh man, I am hot, tired, and hungry, so please tell me I'm in the right place.
You are absolutely in the right place. I think we can accommodate you on all fronts there. Would you like to see a menu?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So we offer brunch as well as breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the week. Featuring over 150 different loose leaf teas. We also have a breakfast menu if you care to peruse that.
Excellent.
We're running that today till 3 o'clock. And you'll see tea worked into our cuisine as well. That's our niche. So it's not just drinking it, but it's learning about all the various ways to use it and the various health benefits associated with the product too. I like to think of this place as everything tea. So many times when you go into a tea shop, it's just tea and that's it. What we try to do here is show the average consumer how an average product like tea can be elevated.
How many teas do you have here?
Right now, we have about 150 different teas. We also have about 25 proprietary blends, meaning that we take base teas and create our own blends, our own expressions in our tea. Just a good example of that, our Asian grape, for example. Asian grape's a combination of a black lychee tea, a jasmine pearl,
Smells great.
and then various other herbs in here, including apple and even a little bit of ginger. Tea is one of those long-standing products that are handmade. There's not a lot of mechanical work done with it. Many of them are processed by hand. So one of the things that we do is educate consumers on the value of the product and also how affordable of a luxury it can be for someone.
With that many choices, how does anybody choose?
We present the tea loose so the consumer can contact the tea directly and actually connect with it visually as well. Then this vessel here is used to brew the tea, and then it's strained into this cup, which is a clear cup. We want them to be able to connect with the liquor or the color of the tea as well as the taste. Visually as well as tasting the tea are two ways that we connect the consumer with the product where they would have normally not been able to experience the product in this manner. Most of the drinks that we serve here are quite new and trendy. Some of the ones that we make here in the cafe are like our boba drink here, which is comprised of tea, also some fruit juices and a little bit of milk. With our signature bobas at the bottom. Bobas are traditionally served in Taiwanese tea for their milk tea, as they call it. And these are made from cassava root. These are like the little small tapioca balls that you get in your tapioca pudding, but these are much bigger. And they're also fun to drink. It's an interesting textural spin on a classic.
Well, what would you recommend to sort of quench your thirst and cool a guy down on a hot summer day?
One of the characteristic drinks here in the cafe is actually a blend of tea and lemon juice and sugar. We call it green tea lemonade. And so it's one of the many extensions of the product that are popular, primarily amongst kids, adults who are not tea drinkers, people that are not too familiar with the product beyond just a cup of hot tea.
Let me try this.
It's also a great quencher for the summer thirst.
Oh, that's good.
One of the benefits of this drink is also it has just a touch of caffeine. What's even more interesting though is that this caffeine is totally different than what you're going to find in coffee. So it's going to give you a nice elevated energy throughout the day, but you're not going to feel any crashes or jitters like you normally would with coffee.
I've been by here a couple of times, but I know you're fairly new. How long have you been open?
As of June 14th, this is our second year in the running as a Lakewood business. So we're very proud to be part of the community. We're really happy that people have accepted us as one of their own.
Maybe you can help me decide what to have today. I guess I'm looking for something that's fairly light,
Okay.
but you know, not heavy or anything like that, and not real hot.
Our genmaicha infused vegetable soup. This is a classic vegetable soup. No cream, no butter in this. It's very, very healthy. And there's actually no chicken stock in this. We use a vegetable stock that comes directly from the vegetables. So it's almost like a tea in itself. But then it's been doused down by just a little bit of genmaicha green tea, which is a traditional Japanese green tea with brown rice. Gives it a nice nutty flavor.
I'm amazed with all the different choices and options here, and I mean everything from salads to seafood quiche to turkey club wrap, and tea involved in all of them.
I know, it's quite a compendium there, isn't it? Well, fantastic. Well, I tell you what, how would you like to meet the man behind the food, Chef Mark Kalix?
Oh, that'd be great.
Excellent, come on.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Mike. How you doing?
Good, good. Welcome to Wystones.
Well, thank you very much. Tony told me to come back and say hello.
Good, good.
I don't want to interrupt you. I know you got a lot of stuff going on back
sure
here.
do. We just got done with a busy lunch, but you look hungry,
I
so
am.
You came to the right place.
So is it true that all of your food includes tea infusion in some way?
Almost everything on our menu features tea. We use tea as a spice rack, as an ingredient, as well as drinking it in our frozen drinks and our iced tea and our hot tea. So I'm going to show you a couple of our favorites.
Great.
Our harvest vegetable soup with genmatcha, a green tea, and our black tea marinated chicken, and one of our really popular salads, a grilled pear salad.
So Mark, what are some of the favorite teas you like to personally cook with?
I really love lapsang. I have some here for you. It's a smoked black tea.
Wow.
Smell that.
Mmm.
Smoky, right?
Yeah,
We marinate our chicken with this, poach the chicken, and we have two things that happen. It gets a smoky flavor, and also the tannins in the tea break down the fibers. Really tender product.
Do you have any other specialty dishes that you've created?
We take honey spice rooibos. Rooibos is a red tea, naturally sweet. I have some here, you gotta smell this too. Smells like Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We take this and we make a salad dressing. We use grilled pears and some dried fruits and candied nuts, and we're gonna make you some of that for lunch.
Oh, that sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
So cooking with tea is probably a healthy alternative to butter and salt and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right. You can get a lot of flavor cooking with tea that you can't necessarily get with cooking only with butter, only with cream. So cooking with teas, you get a couple of side effects that are really positive. The antioxidants that are naturally occurring in teas, particularly green tea, those are retained. We are careful not to overcook things so that we don't lose the positive benefits of the tea. And it makes sense to put it in our food. We have 150 teas on our menu, so we have this huge spice rack we get to choose from. It's healthy, it's delicious, it's a no-brainer.
So all the great smells in this kitchen are making me starve. I mean, can you whip up something for me?
Yeah, you're gonna give me a hand though, okay?
Sure, okay.
All right,
Great.
come on over here. So, we're talking about healthy cooking. We're gonna make some of our harvest vegetable soup with genmatcha. Genmatcha tea, it's green tea, sencha tea, with puffed rice, and you can see those little bits of white in there. That's puffed rice. It's gonna give it a really nutty flavor. Smell. Isn't that nice?
Very unique.
All right, so let's chop some fresh vegetables. I'm gonna put you on mushrooms. That's a relatively safe vegetable.
So Mark, did you always want to be a chef when you were a kid?
I like to say that every penny I've ever earned has been from cooking food in a restaurant. It's all I've ever done. We make our soup fresh every day, a little extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna saute all these vegetables and we're gonna make a broth with the genmatcha soup. And while we're doing that, we're gonna start working on our salad.
Great.
We're gonna steep our teas. Green tea, 3 minutes, 175 degrees. Lapsang for the chicken, slightly hotter water, 195 degrees. And for our salad dressing, that honey spice rooibos, that Christmas flavor, we're gonna use that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and saute our vegetables. Our oil's good and hot. I'm not too big of a fan of measuring.
You just go with what feels right?
Go with what feels right. And what feels right is a lot of fresh vegetables and some nice, hot extra virgin olive oil.
Oh yeah.
Okay, while that's cooking, you want to start on the salad?
Sure.
Here we have some fresh field greens with some of my some of our favorites. Grilled pears.
Wow.
Just toss these with extra virgin olive oil, a canned pear, throw them on your grill. It's a flavor that's really wonderful in salad. A lot of people say, I don't like fruit in salad, but you haven't tried this.
Yeah, I've never even thought about doing that before.
Grated Parmesan cheese. You use any cheese you like. I love Parmesan.
I do too.
Do you like walnuts?
I do.
Me too. These walnuts are candied. We toss them with agave and a touch of cinnamon and a little cayenne pepper. And we bake them off, and then here we go. Dry fruit. Me, I like dry cranberries in my salad. In here I have agave, roasted garlic, some mustard, some twisted honey mustard. Mike, how about you give that a toss?
All right.
And the key to making a beautiful salad, stacking it really high, getting all the garnish on top. You're gonna enjoy that.
Oh, I'll bet I will.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and finish up our soup. How about you grab our green tea over there? I want you to push on the pressure plate on the side. There you go.
It's right there. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna make our broth. People come in and they swear we put chicken stock in this. We have to convince them that this is vegan and gluten-free. Doesn't that look delicious?
That looks great.
All right, here you go.
Very good. Thank you. Wow, that does taste like chicken.
We're gonna get your chicken sandwich started. This is a Wystones favorite. It's our Lopsong smoked chicken barbecue sandwich. We'll start with a fresh piece of Scotch bread. You like barbecue sauce?
Oh, I love it.
Me too. This is our Asian barbecue sauce. It's got a sweet kick to it.
Great.
Like, how about you grab some onions there?
Okay.
Some red onions.
I love the cheese.
Yeah, one on each slice.
All right.
There you go. And there's some of that Lopsong smoked chicken that we put in the oven earlier. You can see it's got the tea leaves. We're gonna put it on our panini press, melt that all together.
Oh, wow. That is going to be awesome.
Mike, here's your lunch.
This is great, Mark. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Wonderful. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Come back anytime.
I knew there was a reason why I signed up to be the host for this show. This. Why? How did you learn about all the various teas out there?
Well, you know, I went to the Specialty Tea Institute. There is such a thing.
Really?
Yes, and you learn about all things tea. And I sought out any means necessary. You know, and what does any self-respecting person do when you don't know something? You Google it. So I started there and found all of these wonderful places I could get some education. I've been to Europe, France, and Italy, and England, and all with the purpose of really learning the tea culture. I've been in tea fields in Japan picking tea, so I understand what that process looks like.
And you actually have classes on tea?
Absolutely. We do that pretty routinely. We bring in from 2 people to 50 people, and we teach them all things tea.
Do you have any unique, harder to find teas?
Blossoming teas are very special because what you do with that is you take it and you immerse it in a pot of water, and through the magic of time, 3 to 5 to 7 minutes, that blossoming tea actually opens and the flower emerges.
So you obviously can enjoy the tea here, and you can buy it to take it home. Do you sell other products as well?
Oh yes, we have a full array of gifts for Mother's Day, Father's Day, children's birthdays. We sell teapots. We sell anything tea related. Tea books, tea CDs, tea music. You can engulf yourself in everything tea here.
So what was it about the Belmar area specifically that made you want to choose here?
That's a good question. You know, we looked all over the Denver area. We looked down south, we looked in the Park Meadows area, we looked in Cherry Creek, and Belmar, I kept coming back over here to this location. It's unique. It's 22 square blocks of living and shopping and eating. It's a mixed use community, so people live here, they work here, they play here. This is just a unique womb-like environment for a brand new concept like mine, and the customers have really gravitated toward us, and we've got customers for life.
You really do love what you do, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe in it. I love it. I think that it's a healthy alternative for people. I think it's the perfect product. Whether it's morning, noon, or night, you're happy or sad, you want it hot, you want it cold, 5-year-olds and 95-year-olds enjoy this beverage. I don't know another product like that.
It's nice to know that our guests are enjoying a really flavorful meal and it's healthy at the same time. You know, I think I feel pretty good when I see people coming in several times a week and knowing, you know what, I'm contributing to a healthy environment out in the dining room. Maybe people are going to feel better after they leave Wystones and they're not going to feel worse, be weighed down from their meal. Yeah, I would say that I feel good about that.
So that wraps up our July show. Be sure to join us next month as we find other ways to enjoy summer fun here in the city of Lakewood on Lakewood Open for Business. Oh, that's great.